Hola, estudiantes. So today we're still going to be working with the preterite. I know that it's your favorite thing. We love the preterite. The preterite is all about the past. What happened? Remember how we talked about in class today how preterite's like your ED? Now, if you were paying attention when we were going over our vocabulary today in class, you might have noticed that there were some verbs that ended with U, I, R, weir. These verbs do some funky things when we go to conjugate them. So, let's take a look at what those weird conjugations look like. This is the list that you have on the back of your red paper. You're going to have a little mini quizzy over these verbs on Friday. They're really easy because they're cognates. And yes, I'm being nice to you. Your quizzy is Spanish to English. You're welcome. Now, these verbs are all uir, okay? They all end with uir, which means we have ir. So remember your IR endings, iste, io, imos, istais, and ieron, istais and ieron, istais and ieron. Now, these verbs down here in the ballet slipper, like Profe sparkly ballet slippers that she was wearing today, these are going to have an I to Y change in the ballet slipper. That I is going to turn into a Y. That I is going to turn into a Y. So let's take a look at what that might look like. Your new chart's going to look something like this. On your red paper, you have on the front somewhere where you can take uir notes. If you didn't have those notes already, you need to get them down for yourself. If you need to box this or star it for yourself so you remember that there's weird stuff happening over here, that might be a really, really good idea. Don't want you guys to get confused. So we already know that verb construir, to build. Well, if I wanted to conjugate this verb into the yo form to say that I built, it's an IR verb. Make IR go away. So I have construi, but spelled correctly with an R. Then I name my new ending with an I, with an accent mark. But if I want to say that he built, ooh, look at my endings. Construyó, with an accent mark. Destruir. Remember, an accent mark on the yo form, accent mark on the L form. Ooh, a Y. A Y. All on the bottom ballet slipper. Now, you're gonna, if you look at your red paper and you flip to the back, there was a section for uir verbs, and then it listed attribuir, construir, destruir, uir. And then right next door to it, there's a section that's called not uir verbs. And you're going to see creer and leer and oir listed there. You need to do me a favor. You need to grab something to write with. You should already have one, though, because you're taking notes, right? Right. You need to add in reírse and son reírse to that magical list. Because here's the deal. We're talking about I to Y's. So if you look at this chart, I've got my Y's down here, but this is not the same chart that we were using for verbs that ended with uir. Creer, leer, oir, reírse, and son reírse, they have this Y change, but there's something else that's going to happen with these guys' chart. Do you see what that is? Can you find it? If you couldn't find it, because I know that fonts get goofy when you start to type. Accent mark, accent mark, accent mark, accent mark. And this accent mark is still there. Don't forget about him. If you turn to the front of your red paper and you look down 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, there's a section called I to Y verbs. This chart right here is your not uir chart. And I need you to write that down for me in your notes. this chart right here is your not weir chart. And if you look to the left, where it says weir verbs, what's the difference between not weir verbs and weir? Well, your weir, you still got that Y, you still got that Y. There just aren't as many accent marks with these. Go ahead and take those notes down. Yes, you're going to need them. Hit pause if you need to. So if you need to hit pause, and you probably will, go ahead and hit pause, see if you can conjugate these, come back, and then we're going to check them together, okay? So for this first one, attribuer, step one of any conjugation. Oops. Step one of any conjugation, we're going to drop our ending and add something new. So that IR is going to go away. Oh my goodness. I'm going to write up here. This is just ruined. Attribui. Okay. Number 2, construir is another uir. Put it in the to form. Construiste. Number 3, L destruir. Ooh, L form. That's in the sparkly ballet slipper. Destruyo with a Y. Nosotros, huir, huimos. Number 5, ellos incluir. Ooh, that's down in the sparkly ballet slipper. Incluyeron. Number 6, L. Ooh, we're still in that sparkly ballet slipper. Influyo. That's an O. Number 7, ellos sustituyeron. I'm going to run out of room. And this is where our dividing line is between uirs and not uirs. When you have not uir verbs, let's take a look at what happens. For number 8, lay. Number 9, look. Accent mark, creíste. For number 10, ooh, we're down on the sparkly ballet slipper. Oyo with a Y. For number 11, creímos. Goodness gracious. For number 12, ellos, ooh, down in the sparkly ballet slipper, leyeron. Number 13, L form of oír, oyo. So remember, on Friday, this Friday, which is the 20th, payday for me, whoop whoop, you got a vocab quizzy over those uir verbs. And let's go ahead and throw leer, creer, and oír into the mix as well. You'll need to know those. So in reírse and reírse, you already had your quiz over those, so you should know them already. It's also going to be about conjugating those I to Ys. If you can figure out where those accent marks are supposed to be, and don't forget to change that I to a Y in the sparkly ballet slipper. And we're going to practice this in class, so don't worry. Okay? Okay.